So it's been about 3 years since this channel last seen a video from me, so a lot has changed. So I figured I would go through everything that has changed and what's going to be expected. So the main thing that changed was I got a 4Runner. Now this is a 2017 SR5, and yeah, I know I screwed up pretty hard by getting it instead of a TRD, but it does just fine for what I use it for. Just to go over some of the basic things I've done to it is I got 35s on it, 35 1250s. They're just a cheap brand just because I wanted 35s. I've also got a 3-inch lift in the front, 1.5 inch in the rear, CVT 99-inch awning, 5% tint, 35 on the full shield, LED swapped all of it, 2-inch spotter track spacers. I also had to do a Viper cut and a BMC. The Viper cut I did kind of less aggressive because everybody cuts about 1 inch or 2 underneath this and goes up. I just came down where the bumper went down and up under it. For exhaust, I just have a MagnaFlow muffler and just some generic tip. It's quiet, but at the same time, that's kind of what I wanted. Because if I'm going to be traveling in this thing, I don't want a straight pipe or something louder to be sitting there causing a lot of drone. You can see I got somewhat of a cabin setup back there. All it is a platform and a bullet mattress. Hopefully by this weekend I'll have a CVT tent to throw on the top. Honestly, the only complaint I have of an SR5 is not having a rear locker. Both of my FJs had them, and yes, I did have 2 FJs. The silver one that you see on my channel, I actually totaled it on my way to college one night. And the maroon one, I built it. It was pretty badass, but unfortunately it had a rusty frame, so I traded in on this 4Runner about 4 months ago. But other than that, I have no complaints at all from an SR5. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to have the TRD name, but that's all it really is. Now, I pretty much plan to build this 4Runner just like every other 4Runner in the world is going to be built. So obviously it's going to be an overland-ish setup. I don't like the word overland because all I do is really, I go somewhere for the weekend, camp out, and then I go back home and I sleep in my actual bed. I plan to do it a little bit different. I want it to be more of a minimalist kind of setup. So I don't want a bunch of crap hanging off the side or, you know, being on the top. Of course, I've got the awning and the CVT tent that's going to be mounted on there. I plan to get a Victory flat rack full length, but that should be the only things that are mounted to the reef rack. I might end up getting a pair of gray Max Tracks just to match the 4Runner a little bit, and even then those will be pretty much hidden as much as I can hide them. I'll probably be moving down to 33s. 35s are awesome, they look good and it pushes them good being, you know, stock gearing, but they're a little cheaper and I can fit a full-size spare up underneath the back without having to have a full swing out bumper. I should have started filming stuff that I did to the 4Runner before I got this far along my build, because honestly I'm not that far off from being finished with it. I know that's what everybody says, so I mean, we'll see. I have a lot of camping trips planned for the future, including going to the Appalachian Toyota Roundup at Wind Rock in Oak Ridge. So I plan to be there for the 4 days camping out of this thing and doing some moderate trails. I mean, this is the nicest car I've ever had, so I'm not trying to beat it up like I did the old FJs. So that'll do it for this video. I pretty much just wanted to kind of tie up some loose ends from any questions anybody has. I mean, I know I only have 465 subscribers, but I mean, someone out there might be wondering where the hell I went. So here I am. Here's my 4Runner. Hopefully you'll stick around and watch me build it on here and see all of my camping adventures, and hopefully one day I'll be able to travel full-time out of this thing. So without further ado, we'll see you, and hopefully if you like the videos or videos to come, you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can or you don't. It's not gonna make me sleep any worse at night. So we'll see ya.